I'm Nancy Curtis, Director of the Fort Washington Library, and I welcome you here this morning for an event that we've been waiting for with so much excitement all year. I want to thank our young performers and our parents for your commitment to this event. It was so important for us to have young people involved in the celebration of our 120th anniversary, and this is such a special way for them to be involved. I know they put months of work into this, and we are so excited to see it. And I want to thank Elise May, who of course was the genius behind the production. Being a former children's librarian, I know the amazing creativity that these young people are capable of. I also want to thank J.P. Morgan, who gave us grant funds to create the beautiful mural that you see behind us. And the Jacqueline Spielman Storytelling Fund that helped to train the wonderful actors that you will see today. It's my great pleasure to introduce Elise May.
Friends, family, and vice guests, welcome. I am so happy that you are here for our preview performance of our town library. If you like what you see, come back Friday at 11 a.m. We have our opening and closing all at the same time. Tell your friends and neighbors it will be a wonderful community event. Business first, cell phones off, or silence. Look at all those people going for their cell phones. Thank you. And no flash photography, please. We do have dancing going on, and it gets very confusing to the actors. I just want to take a minute. I have to tell you, I am so proud to have been asked to create this program. Thank you, Nancy. It has been an incredible experience. To be entrusted with your children. I know a lot of parents are here today and grandparents. You have amazing children. To be able to work again with Jake Flickman, who's been my musical director for several years. And to be able to work yet again with Katie Lyons, who's been my creative director for many years, and somehow can understand the ramblings that go on inside my head and make this. Katie, please stand. In the theater, it is said, never start a performance with an apology. So I'm not going to say we lost a lot of rehearsal time that we would have had, because we really only had 6 weeks to put this show together. We've been doing workshops during the course of the year, but the rehearsal for the show has only been over the last 6 weeks. So I don't want to talk about what we lost, because in the big picture, so many losses, so much more. But I would like to talk for a moment about what we gained. New friendships, new levels of respect and compassion, and appreciation for what it takes to support one another and really be part of a community, the true definition of community. That's been an amazing experience for me. So we have a very special town, Fort Washington, and we have an amazing library. So now take the journey with me back to 1892, see how it all began, our town and our town library. Enjoy the show.
and life would go back to normal. Waiting till next year. There was lots of waiting then.
Waiting for dinner. Mom! Waiting for school to end. For the rain to fall.
Waiting for visitors.
Waiting for the sun to rise. For paint to dry.
Waiting for the crops to grow.
Waiting for the mail to come. Waiting for my birthday. Waiting for the railroad.
Yup, in 1892, most folks in Port Washington were waiting for the long-promised railroad.
We've been waiting for the railroad for so many years. We've been waiting for the railroad. When it comes, we'll give 3 cheers. 1, 2, 3. Think about what the train will bring us. How our town will grow. City folks who want to live here. Come on, train, let's go. It's 1892, and in Port Washington, we are 800 people strong. There's just one telephone, we feel like we're alone. We've got to move that train along. The 20th century's coming, the future sure looks bright. The 20th century's coming, we're gonna get electric lights. Come on, train, train, let's go. Till it comes, we'll get no rest. We want the world to know Port Washington's the best.
1892. While we waited for the railroad to bring change to our little town, one woman had in her mind to make change happen.
In the Rosa News, it says,
We didn't get our own Port Washington news until 1903.
it says that New York City can't get enough of our fine quality sound to build their sidewalks. It sure would be nice to have some sidewalks out here. I'm off to the women's club meeting. What are you bringing the books for? Miss Mitchell wants to start a library. She wants each of us to donate 2 books to get it started. She can have my school books? On February 10th, 1892, the Port Washington Circulating Library opened its doors with 125 books, though some say it was only 25, in the front parlor of Wilhelmina Mitchell's home. The books were lent out on Tuesday and Saturday afternoons, 9 hours a week. The Women's Club raised money for expenses by having entertainments with music, readings. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a day. And tableau. Books, or 25, just weren't enough for all the folks who started coming to the library. We need more books. We need more books. We need more books at our brand new library. We will try to get a charter so we can loan them out for free. $1.50 for the year, or $2 if you wanted to take out 2 books at a time. Folks kept donating books they had, and books were purchased.
Long Island Railroad finally arrived. Pumping steam. It didn't go electric until 1913. It brought a lot more people to our little town, and they all wanted to check out our library.
We need more room. We need more room. We need more room. 1,000 books don't fit in here. You will buy the house from Burgess. We can add more books next year. We need more books. We need more books. We need more books at our Penwick Library. New York State gave us a charter so we can loan them out for free. Yippee!
The library stayed at the old Birdie store right across the street in St. Stephen parking lot until it was split in 19. In 1923, the school district tax raised $15,000 for the construction of a new library building. Our very own John Felix Sousa paid his taxes to show his support.
Fort Washington, Fort Washington, the village by the sea, where all our friends enjoy weekends as thoroughly as we. Our old Calvin, we sail away on every summer's holiday. So give 3 cheers, 3 rousing cheers, we're going home for Washington.
Philomena Mitchell worked as director of the library for 21 years without being paid a penny. She was finally given a salary of $600 a year. After 33 years of devoted service, she retired. The library board stated that without Miss Mitchell, this town would have never had a library. They wanted to keep her around, so they had this portrait painted, which has been in the library ever since. It's upstairs in the reference room. Go on and take a look after the show. By 1926, our town grew to nearly 9,000 people, 1,700 telephones, lots of automobiles. Some paved roads and electricity, and indoor plumbing almost everywhere. We also had a brand spanking new library building on Bellevue Avenue. You know, the Polish American Museum with over 8,000 books. Miss Helen B. Curtis took over as director. Miss Catherine Sandy opened its doors and stayed till the doors closed in 1970. But that's jumping ahead, back to 1926.
Fort Washington News is asking if movies are taking the place of good reading. Miss Curtis writes such an interesting article. They say, 1/5 of our residents use the library. How to reach more?
Tell them there's a toilet inside. And they can have the school books.
They aren't looking for your donations. They would love for you to come to the children's hour. Miss Baker reads the best stories for little children. At our new high school,
That's the one you call Weber now.
our English teacher wants us to find a book and report on it. My favorite book of 1926, Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. There are funny characters like Twiddle Dum and Twiddledee. And scary ones like the Cheshire Cat. Who disappears. And the Mean Mumus.
In the 1930s, our very own Sinclair Lewis was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. We finally got a children's librarian. The library started exhibiting works by local artists, and a travel club was organized for children 9 and up to explore the world through books.
This month we're going to China! Then we'll all catch that new airplane in the bay and fly with Bermuda.
Those were the days, all right. Times were tough with depression and all. We could read and read about the good life. And then there were those around here who actually lived it. You know, the Vanderbilts, the Guggenheims. Then, as World War II started, most folks wanted to read about Europe in hard times.
Kitty Foyle, please. Grapes of Wrath, please. Gone with the Wind, please. Dimple Summer, please. My favorite book of the 1930s. Dimple Summer by Elizabeth Enright. Dimple Summer is about a girl named Garnet living in a drought in the Midwest in the 1930s. In the beginning of the summer, she finds a thimble that brings her good luck. She gets into all kinds of trouble with her brother, her 2 friends, and even on her own, like getting locked in libraries on closing day. Finally, at the end of the summer, it rains very hard, and the drought ends. I really enjoyed this book, and I hope you do too. The end.
In the 1940s, the bombing of Pearl Harbor changed our town.
The library is collecting books to send to our servicemen. I have been asked to be an air warden. The library is still going to celebrate its birthday, right? 50 years. Boy, that's old. My favorite book of the 1950s, Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This book is about a pig named Wilbur and his friendship with a barn spider named Charlotte. When Wilbur hears he's in danger of being slaughtered by the farmer, Charlotte helps by writing messages praising Wilbur in her web, persuading the farmer to let Wilbur live. The end.
In 1958, Miss Curtis retired and Mr. Edward D. Shora took over as the library's 3rd director. With the post-war baby boom, Port kept growing and so did our library.
We need more room.
We need more room. We need more room. This many books don't fit in here. We will build right there on Main Street. We can add more books next year.
The library stayed on Bellevue until it was bursting at the seams with nearly 65,000 books. In the late 1960s, they started building this place, which opened in 1970.
But the time was
'Changing faster'?
program, we'll recycle it for you. Our director, Ms. Kern, says she sees the library becoming an important place and center for idea exchange, a communal working and self-publishing space.
Do you think they will publish our play?
I don't know if Wilhelmina Mitchell could have imagined how far our town and our town library would have grown in 120 years. Can you imagine 120 years from now? What will Port Washington look like? How will you grow? How will the library grow to meet the challenges of the future? What do you see in your library's future? There's still a lot of pages in this book, and we sure hope you'll help us fill them.
We're going down to the library. We get to take out books for free. Take a class, see some art, get a DVD. Let's celebrate for 120. Public libraries. Public libraries. Bring your kids, read a book, have some fun, take a look. Fantasy, novel, mystery, and more. Our library has books galore. Public libraries. Public libraries. If your books are overdue, there will be a fine for you. Whether you come early or you come late, your time will be really great. So give free cheers, free browsing cheers. Port Washington Library, celebrate for 120.
Three cheers for Vic. Three cheers for Elise May.
So yes, parents, we have a rehearsal Tuesday night, a rehearsal, and that will be from 7 to 8:30. And then we'll be here at 9:30 in the morning on Friday after Thanksgiving, so don't let them have too much turkey or too much sugar. And we will repeat this wonderful performance next week, 11 o'clock on the 23rd. Invite your friends, your family, the community.